The daily grind, the daily grind, the daily grind, the daily grind. That was supposed to be Red Solo Cup by Toby Keith, and it just didn't sound like it. It just sounded like a wailing salute. Salute, brother. This episode is dedicated to Toby Keith. Welcome to the daily grind. Happy Monday. I'm your host, Luke Hatmaker. It's Monday, so I have Uncle Buck with me. How are you, sir?
What up? I'm good. We're getting back in the swing of things here in the Gann household.
Yeah.
So, all things good. All systems go. My wife went back to work today, so that was I wasn't even close to being late for the show this morning.
What? Wait, you? I know. I'm sure we'll talk about it later. You went on vacation this weekend, yeah?
I did. We got back yesterday. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I don't want to spoil it because I want to hear all about it. Let's.
All right.
Well, you probably didn't watch the game then Friday. This is probably gonna be. Did you recap the Grizzlies game last Friday against the Sacramento Fumble Rooskies? That's what we're gonna call them for the time being.
Yeah. There's no stopping this grind. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was locked in. There was 16 people in this house with one TV, and I had it on the Grizzlies Summer League.
So, did you really?
I did. Now, I'm not going to lie. It's Summer League, so it got the appropriate amount of attention to detail.
Yes.
Which wasn't much, especially once I looked up and saw Zach Edey in street clothes.
Yeah.
I kind of like the excitement. It was like, okay, here we go. It's almost there, and then it's like,
yeah. Once you saw who was playing, and you were like, wait, these are the 8 guys that are playing tonight. What are we doing? It was just kind of like,
yeah,
okay. I mean,
there are other things that I actually like value in, like I was wanting to see in Summer League. You know,
yes,
like going into it. I think I said it on this show, and I know I said it on the $2 Sports Show. Like, I wanted to see, like, the rookies look good and, like, have some tools. And I wanted to see, like, the veterans, like, dominate.
Yes.
And Jake LaRavia is dominating. And Scottie Pippen Jr. is dominating. And so I'm like, I don't need to see any more of them. You know, they can go home for all I care. But
the Jake LaRavia summer of, like, the what's becoming like a tradition the past two years, like the Jake LaRavia summer of dominance. White boy summer is like awesome. It's just good to see him out there, man. It's like I'm glad they let him keep playing basketball.
It's what we all do before like our summer trips. You know, everybody goes to the barbershop, gets a nice fresh cut, gets you a new pair of sunglasses or rec specs in his case, and you just go out there and you go play. Like, that's what we all look forward to. You're going to Vegas, man. And so,
he was efficient too. Like, he was 7 of 15, 2 of 6.
Yeah.
I'll take that. He's at Vegas.
I mean,
what'd you say?
Roughly, yeah. That's, just a touch under 50% from the field and 33% from 3, which is his lowest percentage shooting threes in any game he's played in the Summer League, if I'm correct. Like,
I believe you're right.
Yeah. He's not great defensively, but I don't think he gets credit for just how big he is sometimes on the wing. And like, he can just get in the way. And on offense, he is in no shape, form, or fashion scared to mix it up. You know what I'm saying? He's in it. He's in the mud.
Which, man, credit to him for that, because it was a dude that after he was drafted, I think a lot of people – he's only been in the league three years.
He's going into his 3rd year. That's right.
And he's already had a little bit of a roller coaster, man, for a dude who's for a guy who's only in his 3rd year. I would say, like, just in terms of what the fan base thinks about him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Listen, me and Buckets on our show go rounds over Jake LaRavia because he's just very
shout out Wayno
close-minded. Yeah.
Could Jake please lift some weights? That's yes.
I think that's a little unwarranted, a little bit. He's a beefy dude. Like, hey,
he's tall,
he's strong. Yeah. He is not Chet Holmgren out there by any means.
He's not me. He's not me. He's not like me or Chet.
Yeah, he's not nearly as cool as Luke. But like, Rusty made up his mind immediately that Jake was garbage. And I was just like, just hang with him. Like, I'm not over here beating the drum like he's going to be an all-star. But we're talking about the 11th guy on the bench, and he's good, and he's on a good contract. He's fine. He's fine.
He's fine.
I liked him. I loved Scottie Pippen Jr. He may be the MVP of Summer League for returning players,
Yeah.
who were on the Grizzlies last year.
I mean, through 4 games, I think that you're without. I think that's 100% correct. He's steadying the team through 4 games. I would say. Gigi had a good game
defensively too.
Yeah, man, and that's the thing. Like, he's not known for his defense, but he's not getting torched.
Right.
Which is good. I mean, because you want your players that are good to look good, and you want your rookies to also. I mean, like, you don't want your guys that have seen NBA minutes to look bad. Like if Scottie Pippen Jr. and Gigi Jackson came out here looking bad, like in one Vegas Summer League game, I would probably be a little worried. But after kind of warming up in Salt Lake, Gigi looked pretty dang good again.
His shot still isn't falling, and I did not watch with the appropriate ferocity of that Kings game, which we are recapping. But the stat line looked better than any stat line he's had.
Yes.
I think he was about 50% from 3, but if I remember my numbers correctly, he was only like 2 of 9 from 2 point, which was
5 of 17.
Yeah, 5 of 17, but he was he had 3 of them were 3-point shots, right?
Yeah, 3 of 8. You're
3
right.
makes were threes. So I think it was like 2.
Yeah.
He ended up being like 2 of 9 from 2, which is kind of astounding considering, what he is.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Summer League's a crapshoot. You just don't want to look like crap.
That's a good way to put it. You don't want to do man, poor Timmy Allen. That dude has been coming out like guns blazing every game, and the coaches are like, bro, you're not playing. Just calm down. It's Summer League. It's really funny.
Yeah.
I was happy to see Cam Spencer continue what he's been doing. That dude is like, what can't that dude do? He was 6 of 9 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3-point land, 3 rebounds, 4 assists.
I love him.
I
don't
him
want to
too.
say I was the first one to love him, but like immediately when they drafted him, I was like, okay, I love this man. I love him. I remember you, and if I remember a college player, then that's something, because I don't watch a lot of college basketball.
That's a good way to put it. I remember you, and we are like, and I don't watch a lot of college hoops either. But it's like if it's someone that like Edie, I remember you. Right. If it's someone that like your normal person, like my mom, I was saying my mom be texting me about Edie. Like if my mom is like, oh, I know Kim. Like if your average basketball fan is like, oh, I know that guy, and he's he's backing it up like Cam Spencer, like, oh, I remember Killer Cam. And it's like, oh, this dude's awesome. He's playing just the way I remember him playing in college. It's great.
And it's the thing that I love about our front office. Is like they've made a lot of picks that everybody just around the league is just like, yeah, that was pretty smart. Why didn't we do that?
Yep.
Why don't we just go get the guy that's amazing in college, regardless of
whatever
wingspan or age or he played on a UConn team that virtually went undefeated.
Yes.
And he was the second leading scorer. He was amazing.
Featured a lot of ball handlers on that team. Yeah. There were a lot of guys that had the ball in their hands.
Yeah. So I love him. Jalen Wells is up and down. He's been interesting to kind of watch. He's it's something that consistency on offense, which is the reason what he was drafted for, if we're just being honest, his shot is something that I would like to see a little bit more of, because he is an older player, like Cam Spencer. You kind of hope that they're not set in their ways, but you know what I'm saying. It's like, they're consistent. He has been a surprise defensively. I think he's been really good defensively.
No doubt.
I just want to see some more consistency on the offensive end. But yeah, this is a Cam Spencer show as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I think, yes. Wayno put it well. It's like, I think that Wells is clearly much more of a project than Cam Spencer. Like Killer Cam is 24. People were passing on Dalton Connect because he was 23 and a half. Like, this dude, Cam Spencer, made it to the second round. And you want to talk about the Grizzlies may have just added another feather in their cap in terms of like steals, because this guy looks ready to, the shot looks real. And if the shot looks real in the NBA, it just looks like it's going to translate through its summer league, but he's making them. And he's what, five again. He's had at least 5 attempts in every game he's played, I think, which is what you want to see when you're a shooter.
Over 50%.
Yes. Yes, like
Just,
yeah, give me more. Like 2-year, 2-way. That's a good call. I'm gonna. That's
I mean,
our
he
list.
signed his contract. He signed his contract. Was it for 2 years? I'm assuming it was at least 2 years.
Yeah.
Or if you
I would
can,
hope.
if you could do more, but with him being a draft pick and all.
Yeah,
So.
I'm excited to see. I'm wondering, other than Edie, which I guess that let's kind of. Do you think we see Edie tonight? Will Edie play tonight? I don't know if they've announced it yet, but I mean, he's had all. Do you think he's going to play any more summer league? Do you think it was like we're shutting him down one game? I'm a little. I don't know.
So I was listening to Vernon's show on Friday because he was interviewing Jason March, because this is the exact question I wanted to hear him ask.
Yes.
And so Jason March, the coach of the Summer League Grizz, said he is not shut down, but he is nursing an ankle injury. So I think that you're just going to have to wait till he comes out in street clothes or a uniform.
Yeah.
I
probably
think
not playing tonight.
If he plays, I think he plays one game and then he's done. I don't know. I mean, he did finish that game in which he turned his ankle. If you remember, on a bum ankle, he did tap back a putback on a free throw
to send it to OT.
Yeah, and so I don't worry about his injury. I know this is the Grizzlies and it is their medical staff, so an abundance of caution will be used.
Yes.
But I do want to see him one more time.
Yeah. Yes, and it's clear that he wants to be out there. Like, it's not like we're not looking at a Zaire Williams situation where it's like you should probably still be out here, sir. Like, you want to talk about like Jake LaRavia is out there. I don't know. Right. Talk about this. We're not talking about Zaire, but like Edie still wants to be there. You can still tell he's dialed in on the sidelines. He's there. I hope we see him again. Otherwise we're probably going to be looking at the same. It's probably going to be Trey Jamison, Scottie Pippen Jr., Jake LaRavia, Cam Spencer, Gigi, Jalen Wells, and Dejan Giroux. And then I guess we've been doing Timmy Allen, and they did Isaiah Miller last night. But I mean, I don't know. It seems like March knows his 7 dudes that he's going to roll with, and then he's just going to see who he wants to fill in the rest of the way.
And I kind of wonder what their strategy is going forward into Summer League. If, say, you win tonight versus Dallas, and you get into the single elimination playoff style format, if they do go for it, and then maybe down the road you see Edie, plug in there, if they get into the playoff and go try to win a Summer League title, but I don't know. I think that they could be playing for the championship game, and Zach Edey says, I'm about 95%. They're just going to hold him out,
Yeah, they're gonna be like, nope. I mean, it's just it's literally not worth the risk. It's not worth it at this point.
And how many rookies can you say from this draft class? He's probably the only one that you can say comes in as an immediate starter on a good team and is vital to the success of the team.
It's probably only going to be. I mean, all the tea leaves you're reading that Edie is going to. Me and Ryan. We're on here Thursday. It seems like Edie's starting. Everyone seems to think Edie's starting. And it's like you said, he may be the only one. He may be the only one with that amount of weight on his shoulders.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, who else is it going to be? You're going to start Brandon Clark? You're going to start Santi? No, just start the guy you drafted 9 overall that's 7-foot infinity.
Start the 7'4" guy.
Yeah.
Do you, man. We have a 7'4" dude on this roster. Does that ever hit you? Like once when you, regardless, if you just if you didn't watch any college tape whatsoever, and you were someone was just like, hey, you have a 7'4" center on this roster. Who can hoop?
Yeah.
Would you?
It's going to be a little jarring for a little bit, I think, because I came into my Grizzlies fandom after the beat was relegated to a bench role and was just not an option. Like I was a little late, coming in, but
he wasn't part of it. So
I've never had that on one of my teams. Now, my college team, Ole Miss, had a 7'5" guy last year, and Memphis fans know they had Musa Cisse. So they had 2 7-footers and they were terrible. So I mean, 7'5" is not everything. This guy can hoop. And so it's going to be exciting. If you told me like, hey, you want a 7'5" guy? I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'll take him. I don't know. There's a lot of other factors that come in with a 7'5" guy that I need to see,
Yeah.
But I feel like in one game I've seen enough to at least be like, yeah, let's push our chips in on him. And then if it falls on its face, I mean, it's like a $5 million a year contract,
Bingo. Yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, through one game, it shows that it should translate, and at least opposing teams won't know what to do with him.
Right.
I mean, if throw him in for 10, 15 minutes a game, and it's gonna be like, oh my god, there's 7'4" dude. Like, what do we have?
Yeah,
how many
minimum.
Dudes, in a minimum, like how many teams on the around the league have a 7'4" guy, like a true 7'4" guy?
He's going to come in as the tallest player in the league, isn't he? I would
think so.
He's taller than Boban, right? I mean,
yeah, and I love Boban, but
yeah,
poor Boban can't.
But not for his basketball.
No,
because he got the fans chicken nuggets.
Yeah, chicken nugget. Yeah, that's why we like Boban, because of his chicken nuggies. But I like Boban needs to be wheeled out like Hannibal Lecter sometimes. Like, Edie can move, man, and he's not as concrete moving as I was worried about. And in summer league,
it seemed to hold up. Now,
yes.
And his problem is going to be when he gets in a pick and roll situation with a good ball handler, a smart point guard. Like, what do they do? And so, and that's just not something you're going to see. You're not going to. We don't play Reed Shepherd. We don't play Stephon Castle. We don't play any of the good guards. All like true point guards in summer league was in this draft. So you're not going to see that till the season starts anyways.
Yeah. They got what's the line for the game right now? What is it? It's Memphis minus 4.5.
Yeah. So if Daniel Greer's out there and he's wanting to bet summer league, then it's 4.5. I don't know if you've seen. I have this pulled up, but I haven't looked through it yet. This is the Dallas Mavericks roster. Tell me if you recognize any names. Melvin Ajinka. I'm not even going to try that guy's name.
Old man Ajinka's boy?
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Lived down the creek.
Yeah, down the
creek. Over there.
Yeah.
TJ Clark. The best name in basketball, Alex Fudge.
Fudge.
Yeah. Jay-Z and Gortman, Xavier Johnson, AJ Lawson.
Did you say Jay-Z?
Jay-Z-N. Jazia.
I thought you just threw Jay-Z in there. I was like, Jay-Z's on this team?
Yeah. Speaking of, Ole Miss's 7'5" guy, Jamarian Sharp.
Woo!
Yeah. Yeah. He's terrible. You talking about tall for nothing. Like, he can block some shots, but
tall for nothing.
Isaiah Whaley, Brandon Williams, Olivier Maxence Prosper.
That's OMAC. He was their draft. He was their number 1 draft pick last year. I know him. Okay. That's the first name you've said I've recognized.
Yeah, see, I didn't even recognize that name. And who did they draft this year? Years of experience. So, I mean, I don't know.
Long story short, the Grizzlies have a better roster.
Yeah.
Grizzlies might have one of the best rosters in this summer league, honestly. Like, just in terms of, and I mean, part of that is I mean, how many of these dudes that are playing or have played actual NBA contracts, even our bench guys like Dejan Jarreau, these are dudes that played. Yeah. He had 2 10 days. Like, it's summer league, but we have a complete team. We have a good coach, and we have dudes that have actually played basketball. I feel like a lot of these rosters ends up being made up of guys that just walked off the street that are trying to make a roster. Right. Where we have guys that were they're like, oh man, we beat the Bucks last year. We beat the Bucks, like that kind of.
Well, I mean, you could blame that to just last year's season resembled like a MASH war tent, You ever seen MASH where it's just people, they're just wheeling people in and yeah. They're wheeling people in wheelchairs and bandages, That was last season. So if you played on the hustle, you were playing.
Yeah, like it wouldn't be weird to see like it's like at the beginning of Saving Private Ryan, you see somebody walk in with their arm, and instead of holding their arm with a gun, they're holding their arm with a basketball. They're just like, come on, we got to go play basketball. We got to go play. Shout out the hustle. We're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, we're going to talk about Mondays and lasagnas because we've talked enough about Summer League. I think we both think the Grizzlies do you think the Grizzlies are going to win tonight? Give me a projection.
Oh, yeah. They're going undefeated, winning the championship. I mean,
all the way.
Light work.
Hey, if we win the Summer League championship, I'm going to put a banner up.
There's going to be a parade on Bill.
Dang. Hey, I'll go. Can you imagine the Summer League parade? Man, Summer League's so fun. We're going to take a quick break after this. We're going to talk about Mondays, and we're going to talk about lasagnas. We will be back after this break.
I think people knew, at least towards the end of the year, Penny mentioned his mom being sick and battling throat cancer, I think it was, and different things, but like he really opened up about it. I don't know that anybody knew about his mom having a stroke mid-season, leaves a shoot around, goes home to find his mom on the floor, and then had to basically leave her to still go coach a game.
It's crazy.
Like I can't, it puts things into perspective. It's just like some things are more important than basketball. And so, yeah, to your point of him being distracted or focused on taking care of or the health of his mother, like totally understandable. So no wonder a part of him probably feels personally attacked. I think if that had been out, and I'm not saying he should have put that out, like totally,
no,
it's family,
absolutely not.
Privacy, whatever. I'm just saying, had it been out and people known that, I think he would have been given a lot more slack for what had occurred during the season.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
I don't know that there's been a more polarizing prospect in recent memory than Edey. I mean, everyone just had wild opinions on him. You find guys, people whose opinion I really respect in the draft community, who had Zach Edey number one. You'll also find people whose opinion I really respect who had Zach Edey in the 20s or 30s. So he was all over the place. I settled with him as a top 10 guy in this class. And, you know, I've told a couple people I kind of want to edit my draft board now and put him like top 3 because I just think the Grizzlies are a perfect fit for him. Like this makes so much sense. And I think the more you think about it and the more you look at what he does well and what he brings, it's perfect, man. It really is a perfect fit.
Tune in to The Anthony Sane Show Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Welcome back. I muted myself on accident. Welcome back to the Daily Grind. You're back at the Daily Grind. You can catch that show. You can catch a whole mess of shows. We got a whole bunch of stuff other at bluffcitymedia.co. We've got the Anthony Sane Show. We've got $2 Sports Show. We've got No Bluffing. No Bluffing should come on today. We got Grizz 901. We've got Tigers Untapped. I should start throwing in shows we don't have. Like we got Murder, She Wrote all over at bluffcitymedia.co. We got a little.
We're doing a rewatchables of CSI Miami.
Oh, Miami is a good one. That's the one with Caruso. Man, I found myself amidst a like a table conversation about Little House on the Prairie over the weekend, and it was not on my bingo card. But anyway, you can catch all that over at bluffcitymedia.co. But back to our show. It is Mondays. And on Mondays, we like to celebrate one Garfield the cat. You know, look at him. And I'm talking about the real Garfield the cat. None of this Chris Pratt nonsense. Get that out of here. Don't come at me with that.
Not
I'm
a fan?
talking. I mean, I haven't seen it. I'm just, I tried to buy the stuffed animal and I couldn't. I like Chris Pratt, but I couldn't get the stuffed animal that looked weird. So I don't know. I'm reserving judgment. But anyway, we celebrate Garfield the cat. He likes lasagna and he hates Mondays. So we talk about our favorite thing from the week and the thing we like the most and the thing we dislike the most. We're also going to have I'm going to throw on a little thing at the end because it's Twister week. I teased it last. Twister comes out this weekend. And so I'm going to be talking about Twister all week. But first we're going to talk about our Mondays and our lasagnas. I'll go first.
Okay. Please.
My Monday is just this heat, man. I'm over it. Like it's hot. It's hot and it's hard to do anything like because you want to be outside. You want to be doing stuff
Yeah.
like if you have family in, you want to be like, we had some family in, we want to be doing stuff, but it's like me and Finn, he was like, you want to go play basketball? And I was like, bro, I don't want to. I
No,
don't know. No, I don't. I really don't. It's so hot. And
go buy. He may be a little old, but go buy him a mini hoop.
just like, go, hey, get out of here. I just have
Play
fun.
on your door.
Yeah, because I don't want to do this. It's just been awful. But that being said, my lasagna, I got to go to a pool. We had some people in, so they had an Airbnb with a pool, so we got to go enjoy the pool. It was just really nice. It was a good summer hot weekend. You got to have like a pool time with the cookout, but also deal with this heat.
Oh yeah, it is something to deal with. Let me tell you.
Yeah, man.
Real quick, why does Garfield hate Mondays so much? It's not like he goes to a job or anything. Like
that's why it's hilarious. I don't know. I think so if you want to get really into so I think a lot of people say Garfield is sad because that's when John goes to work, and he hates Mondays because a lot of people will say that deep down Garfield's not such an a-hole. He actually loves John. But you can also, some people prescribe to the there's a whole website where it's all Garfield comics, but Garfield's removed from them, so it's just John talking to himself, which are awesome because it makes John look insane. So you just whatever. It's just whatever one you want. Pick one.
Well, there's the rabbit hole there.
Yeah, you got half a day. Check it out.
Yeah. So my lasagna, as it's been referred to, we went on a family vacation this weekend. A long weekend. We left Wednesday. We came back on yesterday, and this is the whole Gann family. My dad says it's the whole family.
Yeah.
I've got two little sisters. They're both married. They both have 2 children. My wife went with our 4 kids, my mom and dad. I think there was a total of 16 people in this house. We got a cabin in Gunnersville, Alabama, on Lake Gunnersville. Yeah. And if you've never been to Gunnersville, it's like a little gym there. I mean, it's awesome. All right, there's a bunch of marinas and stuff, places to eat. Just it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
To get out of the heat, we went to a water park in Coleman, Alabama. Yes. And I have to admit in front of God and everybody that I was wrong. I've always been a hater of water parks because as an adult man, like I have no reason to go to a water park with my buds,
No, you don't.
Yeah. And so but with kids, man, we had a blast. And there's no shame in a water park. You can tell, it's kind of like a
hero
NASCAR race, Walmart in a water park. That's the kind of people you're going to run into. So, like, I'm in no way, shape, or form like okay with taking my shirt off in public, but at a water park, it's like, here we go, like, short shorts and no shirt. Let's rock it out. But we had a blast. The water park was definitely the high point of the trip. The low point would be my Mondays, and it was the last day we were there. We just had a cabin day where we all just kind of played. And I've got a 7-year-old son. My nephew is 8, and together they're like a tornado. They came in. They've been playing outside, supposed to be. It turns into they were playing kickball in the garage
inside.
Yeah, and shattered a fluorescent lights in the garage and knocked down the unit. I mean, it was just for a second there, I was like, oh my God. And my dad is like very OCD and very scared of like having to pay damages.
Having to do that kind of stuff.
Thankfully, him and my mom had gotten out of the house, just the two of them for a little bit. And so me as the oldest and the only male child, I was like, okay, I'm going to Home Depot. I'm going to go get some lights. We're going to have to put this ballast back together because it's just hanging by wires,
Oh God.
And I was like, and then as I'm sweeping up, we had just started, like found it. We were sweeping up. I mean, there are shards everywhere. If you've ever busted
fluorescent
one of those light tubes before, it's like a bomb goes off. And as we're cleaning up there, me and my wife and my sisters are sweeping all this up. We lose track of our 2-year-olds. I've got one and my sister's got one, and they have somehow taken the jacuzzi spout off of the jacuzzi and turned it around to where and turned the water on to where it's just pouring on the floor. By the time we find it, it is in the hallway, and they've got hardwood floors. And if you know what if you ever had hardwood floors, especially, and these weren't like top of the line hardwood floors, like those suckers will get wet and buckle. And I was like, oh crap. No, new priority number one, everybody go get towels,
Switching it up.
I mean, it was chaos. Then I was like, again, it was like Fallujah in that house for a little bit.
Man, dude, I didn't even have to try to shoehorn anything Twister related in here because it literally sounded like you had an F5. What's the name? You had 2 F5s go through that house in Alabama, and there was destruction everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what you can expect. Like, I don't know if a lot of times we'll all go in with like pitch in on vacation and stuff. But my parents are the ones that like actually pay for it. We pay it back. So I don't know if they sign up for insurance or not, but let me tell you, it's advised because there's 9, 7, 8. 10, 9, 8, 7, and then year-olds. And then there's a 4-year-old, my 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, my 4-month-old, and I'm probably forgetting 1 or 2 because there's just so many.
There's so many. You got enough for a little league team.
For real. And a bench. Yeah.
And a bench.
Yeah.
Man, I'm sorry I complained.
No, I mean, all things considered, it was great. Oh, and for the second straight vacation, there was sickness involved. This time it wasn't my family because we got it last time.
You did. So, shout out them. Shout out the other family.
Yeah. So both my sisters dealt with it, and so we came out unscathed. The Gans came out unscathed.
The Gans came out unscathed. The unscathed Gans. That could be your baseball team name.
Yeah. That would be a lie. We're very
that would be a lie
most times.
Man, that's the most like Monday / lasagna combo I've heard in a while. And you Twister themed it. Like I wish I had an animation is almost what I said. Animation to give you like a crown and some flowers. National Lampoon's Game Vacation. That's right. That shout out Rusty. That's it. That's it. That's going to be the name of the episode because that's awesome. Your vacation. I'm just going to be like eagerly anticipating every vacation story now because that's crazy.
I hope we don't go on another one. School starts back in like 2 weeks.
You got time.
Tune in. We'll do something next
I'm going to book it. I'm going to book you a vacation in 2 weeks. It's not going to be anywhere good, but be ready.
Hey, if you pay for it, I will do whatever you want.
Your famous last words, my friend. That's going to do it for today's show. Thank you for tuning in. Happy Monday. Thank you, Uncle Buck. I'm glad you were alive, and I'm glad that there's no glass and water, and I'm glad that your house, the cabins, and your parents are none the wiser, I hope, if they found out. They're going to find out later, like in Ferris Bueller, when they find a car and the miles are up. It's going to be like that. Thank you for watching at home, folks. I will be back tomorrow with Rusty. Rusty Buckets. Wayno, have a good night. Everybody else have a great day. Have a good week. Remember 2 things. If I leave you with anything today, just remember two little things. Just 2. Remember to be a little weird and remember to smile. Everybody have a great day, y'all. I will see you tomorrow.